What are little boys' dreams made of? Touchdown runs on the gridiron and home runs in an all-star game. What do you call a kid who does both?
What makes someone an athlete? An athlete is someone who excels in speed, can throw with exceptional velocity and accuracy, can jump bounds higher than their competitors, can exert more physical force than his challengers. And no one has ever done it like Bo Jackson. He dominated sports in the 1980s. And he became the force behind the marketing powerhouse that would help launch one of the largest companies in the world. And he did it while dominating in 2 professional sports. Unfortunately, Bo Jackson became the greatest story that was never meant to be in the NFL. After only 4 seasons, Bo Jackson would never play football again. This is the legendary story of Bo Jackson.
It's a toss play. Jacobs going to run behind him. Got daylight. End zone. Touchdown. Jacobs breaks through.
He's got it. Touchdown Raiders. It's caught by Cook French. A 2-yard touchdown pass.
This Raiders group right now, they are playing out of their minds good.
Everybody just got to be locked in on their job and stay focused.
Touchdown!
Just win, baby.
Bo Jackson was a star running back at Auburn, and a star outfielder. He had already been drafted by the New York Yankees coming out of high school in 1982 before deciding to go to college instead. Both the NFL and Major League Baseball knew that a spectacle like Jackson can be a once-in-a-lifetime superstar. At Auburn, he ran for 4,303 rushing yards and a record-setting 6.6 yards per carry. In 1985 he ran for 1,786 yards and 17 touchdowns, earning him the prestigious Heisman Trophy. Bo became a star, and fans looked forward to his matchups against rivals like Deion Sanders. At the Auburn Regional, Bo ran a blistering 4.1 40-yard dash. All eyes were on Bo Jackson in 1986. And now he is the highest-rated prospect in both the major leagues and the NFL. Jackson was selected with the first overall pick in the 1986 NFL Draft by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but turned down their reported 5-year $5 million offer. He was also drafted by the Kansas City Royals. Bo publicly stated that he did not want to play for the Bucs, so the Royals were happy to accept his services. Bo delivered. He came up with some of the best highlights that the baseball world has ever seen. In 1987 he appeared in 116 games and had a .235 batting average with 22 home runs and 53 RBIs. In the outfield, Bo displayed why he's considered one of the best, showing off his incredible range and his ability to gun down base runners. During this time, he would face a familiar opponent when he played against Deion Sanders and the New York Yankees, and once again, he would get the best of his dual sport counterpart. Bo was reaching his much anticipated stardom, and the following year, his name went back in the pool for the NFL Draft. The Los Angeles Raiders selected him in the 7th round with the 183rd overall pick. Jackson was forced to delay his Raider debut when a player's strike delayed the start of the season. USA Today reported that Jackson would not cross the picket line during the player's strike. Bo Jackson did eventually make his NFL debut on November 1st against the New England Patriots. He would once again prove his dominance as a professional athlete, this time in the NFL. The NFL player strike wasn't the only thing in the way of Jackson's pro football takeover. In 1987, Bo Jackson would have to wait to get substantial playing time since future Hall of Famer Marcus Allen has been the Raiders' starting running back since 1982. But it was on Monday Night Football on November 30, 1987 when he set a then Raiders single-game rushing record with 221 yards. As of 2023, that still stands as the most rushing yards for any player in Monday Night Football's history. That same night, he would score one of the most famous touchdowns in NFL history with a 91-yard score, following a trip into Seattle's tunnel. He helped lead his team to victory over the heavily favored Seattle Seahawks. On the defense was fellow rookie and college star linebacker Brian Bozworth, who was also a highly compelling NFL prospect. They would meet one-on-one at the goal line, resulting in Jackson running through the flamboyant linebacker's tackle. Much like when he faced Deion Sanders, fans highly anticipated this matchup, and Bo showed off his abilities against an opponent that fans love to hate. From there, he would increase his carries for the Raiders, and put on a show for fans every week. In 1990, he was named to the Pro Bowl despite only playing 10 games, and helped lead the Raiders to a 12-4 record and the AFC Western Division title. Bo had already been a star in the MLB, but now he was one of the most famous players in the NFL as well, making him the biggest attraction in sports in an era filled with legends. In the late 80s, sports was becoming an increasingly popular part of American culture, getting more ratings, larger crowds, and more media coverage than ever before. A sneaker company from Oregon was looking to expand their audience and fuse sports with fashion. The name of the company was Nike. In the 1980s, Nike was looking to grow by endorsing the most successful athletes in the world. Nike would recruit Bo Jackson for their famous Bo Knows campaign, which would become one of Nike's most iconic promotions. Bo Jackson was dominating the sports world in every way. He was now an all-star major leaguer, an NFL All-Pro, and now he was one of the most famous and influential figures in the world. Bo Jackson seemed to be unstoppable. Every week people would expect Bo Jackson to do something unbelievable. And most times he didn't disappoint. In January of 1991, Bo Jackson's football journey would come to an abrupt end during a seemingly routine play. Jackson would walk off the field with an injury. Fans thought that Bo would be back, but unfortunately, Bo Jackson would never play football again. Jackson went on to play 3 more seasons of baseball for the Chicago White Sox and the California Angels. Bo would never be the same again. But on April 9, 1993, Bo Jackson would amaze us one more time, as he hit a home run in his first at-bat since having hip replacement surgery. Bo Jackson's professional career is amongst one of the most memorable in sports history. He He dominated as a Raider, and he fascinated fans as a Royal. It is unlikely that another athlete like Bo Jackson will ever lace up a pair of cleats again. He's regarded as perhaps the greatest athlete in history, but how far he could have gone will forever be up to the imagination. What if Bo Jackson was never injured? A great story always leaves you wanting more. And Bo Jackson's career may be one of the greatest stories of them all. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe now for more Raiders content.